This letter will confirm your discussion with Carnival Cruise Line, Carnival Miracle personnel, where you are informed that you would be disembarked from the vessel and not permitted to sail on board any Carnival Cruise Line vessel in the future. But I didn't violate anything. That's the thing.
Y'all wanna know how I got banned off Carnival Cruises? I'm gonna tell y'all.
They say what happens on a cruise stays on the cruise, unless you get banned and bring it to the internet. Let's get into some stories from people who say they were banned from Carnival Cruise. Were the bans justified, or was Carnival tripping? Let's get into it.
As promised, here is story time for how I got banned from Carnival Cruise Lines for life. 4L, y'all, okay? So, y'all gonna hear this story, y'all gonna be like, are you serious? Like, it was a bunch of BS. But basically, if you ever been on Carnival Cruise Lines, you know, after the club, like all them clubbing videos you be seeing where it be lit, it do be like that. But if you ever been, you know, after the club, the hot spot on the boat is to go get pizza. Everybody and their mama go and get pizza to eat after the club, because it be open late, like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. So, after the club one night, me and my family were all on the boat together, right? So we go get pizza, like norm. I'm with my cousins, keep in mind you, like, my cousins are like 18, 19, like, you know, they're younger, and I'm the eldest. So I'm with my family, and we're in line. 2 of my cousins had left before us, so they were already in line before us, so we were like a few spots behind them, right? I don't know what happened. All I know is I think one of my other cousins went to go speak to them. So there was this man behind them. He's drunk, he's belligerent, and I look over, and all I see is him just kind of going off on my cousins. Mind you, my cousin is 18. They're young. Like, these are like babies, basically. So he's going off on the mouth at them. So I asked him real nicely. I said, what is the problem? Like, what is the problem? He's still going, and I'm like, they didn't cut you. They've been here. Like, they did not cut you. And so I don't know, y'all. All I know is he was with some woman. This is where shit took a turn, y'all. This is where shit took a turn. She looks at me and she goes, he wasn't talking to you. And I'm like, okay, but I was talking to him because he's talking to my family, so I'm talking to him, right? Oh, okay. Long story short, everything kind of like settles. Like, everybody get their food, they get their pizza, whatever. I look over. Y'all, this girl is staring me down. Like, she's staring me down. Like, I'm pretty sure if she had a gun, she would have shot me. Like, she is staring me hardcore down. And I never gave punk. Nothing about gay punk, okay? So I see her staring at me. I'm talking about like mugging me bad. So I asked her, I'm like, what are you looking at? I swear to God, I was so calm. I'm like, what are you looking at? She go, what? And before I could ask her again, y'all, she swing. And that's how you know! This trifling little fucking little hoe was just looking for a fight. She was just looking for a fight again. What are you looking at? What? What are you looking at? Swing on me. I ain't gonna lie. She connected a little bit though, just a little bit. Like, she, you know, tapped my chin or whatever. Before I could even like understand what was happening or even swing back, everybody stopping the fight. Security over there, which is so funny. Lord was saying you over here, but you wasn't over here to de-escalate before I got hit in the face, right? Security ends up following me and my family back to the room, which I'm like, it's crazy because I didn't even hear her. She hit me. And I don't know if people followed them or whatever. I don't know. But they followed us back. He's like, do you want to make a statement, this and the third? And I'm like, yeah, because here you are following me. That's you know what, I ain't gonna cuss, but she hit me. So I do my statement or whatever. They're like, okay, you'll hear from us. Like, well, whatever. We'll do our investigation. All I know is we're getting off the boat the next day. Like, this is the bar, however you say it. It's the day off the goddamn boat. As I'm getting off the boat, I scan my badge. They hand me a piece of paper. As I'm walking off the boat, they waited until I'm walking off the boat. They hand me the piece of paper that says, you are banned. Like, you are on Carnival's do not sell list. What? I was like, what, bro? I tried everything to get this reversed. Like, I didn't email Carnival. I called Carnival. I didn't call the FBI because, y'all, they talking about the only way I could press charges is to call the FBI because it was in international waters. I'm like, y'all just don't want to do y'all goddamn job. I'm like, that is so crazy to me. So, yeah, bro, y'all do y'all thing. Like, tag Carnival. Call Carnival. Call the CEO. Tell them this is not right. This is an outrage. This is an outrage. This is not right, Lord. Shade room. Do something. Shade room. Do something. Somebody do something, please. I got assaulted. That's why I got banned from Carnival for life, because I got assaulted. If I would have known I was going to get banned, I would have hit her back. Like, what the hell? Come on now.
Yeah, man, if you never hit her, yeah, Carnival was on for that. You know, I don't know what type of investigation they did. I'm sure they got cameras in there, so they would have seen that. So I don't know. Maybe they consider, you know, you confronting the guy at the beginning part of the problem. I don't know. I'm just trying to guess. I'm trying to make sense of it. That's what I'm trying to do because I don't see why you should have been banned for that. But one thing, man, if you're out in public with strangers you don't know, and you see somebody is mad at you and upset at you, and don't leave them alone. Just walk away from them. You know, don't ask questions while you staring at me. Hey, it's crazy people in this world, man. Stop thinking you can beat everybody. You can't. You can't. All right? Let's get on to the next one.
What's up? All right, so, I'm in a Carnival group on Facebook, and I've just came across a letter a cruiser has received from Carnival stating that they are banned for life for smuggling liquor and posting about it. At first I thought it was fake. Did my research and seen that it is in fact real. Here's the letter. Carnival ain't playing. So I found the person's TikTok, and they indeed did put up a video saying they sneaking liquor on. They took out some tampon bottles, and I don't know why. Not very smart. And Carnival not playing. They crack it down on that type of stuff, especially with people that's coming out bragging about it and putting it on social media for other people to do it. So her reply is that she was just faking it for views. I don't know. If that's the case, that's crazy, because you been banned for faking it for views. So everybody, take notes. They are making examples out of people. Don't be on these social medias doing illegal things, doing things that's breaking the rules, because they cracking down. You know what I'm saying? So just follow the rules, y'all.
If you commit a crime, if you break the rules, yeah, post about it online, please. You know, if you can record yourself in the act, yeah, post it. Yeah, put it right online, cause you know you need to get caught. Like, like what is we doing? You know, sometimes I wonder how people could be so stupid to do this continuously. They see other people get in trouble for posting them doing crimes or breaking rules, and then they fall in line and continue and do the same thing. But please keep it coming. Keep it coming, okay? Oh, keep it coming, cause you know when we get you caught and get you banned, or if it's a crime, get you arrested, that's good, okay? Cause you break the rules, you deserve the consequences. Okay, so keep telling on yourself. I love it. You know, makes great content. I'm just telling you. Let's go, man.
Okay, so this is my fiance and I. We went on a Carnival Cruise, Carnival Conquest, in December, and we're now banned from Carnival. So let me tell you why. Okay, so story time. We went on our first Carnival Cruise ever in December of 2022. And our first night there, you know, we were walking downstairs after a long day of travel to grab some fruit, head back up to the room, call it a night. And while we were doing that, we ended up crossing paths with two individuals that were obviously arguing, having a verbal disagreement. That then escalated into a physical altercation where the man was harming the female. He slammed her into the back of an elevator. My fiance, who was a police officer, stepped in to restrain this subject from hurting her anymore, waiting for security to get there. And, you know, we filled out a statement. We identified these people. They were actually taken off the ship.
Hold up. You cool and all, but I the way you said people. Okay, look. Now if they're black, just say they're black. But the way you identify these people, like I know, sound like you wanted to say the N-word. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You cool, but. Don't say people like that, all right? I don't know what you say, but you just say something else. I'm tripping. Let's go.
We went back to Miami in the middle of the night to get these people off the ship. And at the end of our cruise, my fiance was served with a barring notice from Carnival Cruises. Okay, so fast forward to today, and we received a email from Carnival after my fiance had contacted them after the cruise and the barring notice and explained the situation again, hoping there was just a miscommunication and they would lift this barring. Wrong. They sent us an email today. Let me read it to you. Okay, per our ship's command, it's understandable you would be unhappy with Carnival Carnival's decision regarding your sailing status. However, please understand we have a zero tolerance policy towards reports of any behavior involvements that would negatively affect the welfare of our company. Wow, it sounds like you are more concerned about your company than the well-being of the passengers on your ship. So, thank you, Carnival Cruise. Love that.
I don't understand that one either. You know, I'm trying to understand all these bandits. I'm trying to make sense of it. They didn't like the way he put his hands on somebody else. Yes, he was, protecting the woman, but I don't know. Is there something in the rules that says, hey, call security, don't involve yourself if you see an altercation? If that's in the rules, then technically he broke the rules. But I would say if that is a rule, because I don't know, somebody let me know. He still did the right thing. You know, he still stepped in and protected the woman. I would prefer him to do that than to not break a rule. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's keep going.
Okay, so this is gonna be a story time of how I got banned from Carnival Cruise. I do want to say it wasn't really my fault, but everybody ended up getting banned. Long story short, this happened in 2023, and my boyfriend decided to bring garden onto the cruise. I don't know if I can say that word, but if you know, you know. He has a medical card for it, and it was like in a prescription bottle. So I think that he thought like it was okay to bring it on. And also, once you're boarding the cruise, they have like dog sniff your suitcases, like they check your bag. So and everything went through, so we thought we were like good.
Garden marijuana, people. That's what she couldn't say. He brought marijuana on the ship and think that that's okay. Like, what is we doing, man? What is we doing? First of all, how are you going? If you're going to smoke on the ship, how you don't think somebody's going to smell it? Like, how? That's not something you can enjoy and not get caught. What is we doing? I can see if you're not supposed to bring supposed to sneak liquor onto the ship either. But if you sneak that on the ship, you can get away with that. You can drink in your room. You can, when you get alcohol from the bar, you can pour the alcohol you snuck in your cup, in your glass. You can get away with that. You can. Never mind. Let's go.
On day 3, after we came back from Jamaica, I'm having fun, taking some shots, and my boyfriend calls me saying that there's police at his room. So I immediately go to his room, and once I get to the hallway, why is there canine dogs in the hallway? I'm literally just like, oh shit. I get so panicked because immediately I'm like, are they gonna like arrest us and leave us in Jamaica? Because I think at this time we were still in Jamaica. I end up turning around, going to the bar. I paid the $400 for the unlimited drinks. I'm taking shots by I'm having like an anxiety attack at this point. I take so many shots and I pass out in the bathroom of my room because I just can't deal with what's going on right now. All they did was confiscate his stuff. Well, that's what we thought was like the only thing that was gonna happen. Back to me like passing out in the bathroom. Somehow like the housekeeper came in and saw me passed out in the bathroom, so she called medics. And I just remember waking up and seeing like paramedics in my face. After they seen that I was just drunk, they left, and the next morning they confiscated like my drinking package.
It sounded like you were mad that she called the medics. What is she supposed to do? What was she supposed to do? She come in the room, you passed out in the bathroom, and she's supposed to just turn around and walk back out? Why does it sound like you upset? If something was really wrong with you, like you was going through something medically where you actually needed help, and she didn't do anything, you would be upset. But it's, she walk in and it's like, it's better safe than sorry. I think this girl is passed out drunk and that she'll be okay, but I gotta make sure. So I gotta call the medics and come see. This is weird.
I couldn't drink no more for the rest of the trip. And that day we were supposed to get off to like Turks and Caicos or something. We cannot get off the ship. We had 3 rooms, and all those 3 rooms were under his mom's name. So anybody that were under his mom, anybody that was in those 3 rooms could not get off the ship, and I wasn't allowed to drink no more. So it was 2 full days on the ship, literally doing nothing. I was sober as hell. We couldn't wait to get off the ship because there was literally nothing to do at that point. And they were watching us like hawks at this point. And when we finally got off the ship, before we got off, they all made us sign this paper saying we were banned from Carnival Cruise.
And y'all deserved it. Y'all deserved it. One person sneaking marijuana and the other gets drunk and passes out in her bathroom and then gets mad when we try to get her some help. Yes, all y'all can go. What is we talking about?
Y'all wanna know how I got banned off Carnival Cruises? I'm finna tell y'all. I ain't doing shit at work, so might as well give y'all the story time that y'all been waiting on. I was on Carnival Sunrise. It was about 26 of us. We were deep as fuck for my cousin's Craig's 50th birthday bash. So before I get telling the story, let me just let you know, if you get a drinking package, they give you 15 drinks a day. And you only gotta wait 5 minutes in between each one. I'm banned already, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all, nigga, I had shampoo bottles sealed up. I was another drink package. I was the drink package. So I'm having fancy drinks, and every time one of them get low, I'm going back to the room and putting that damn Tito's in that. I was over there tripping. Long story short, everybody knows you don't get rowdy when you drink. Like, I mean, it just happens. We black. Shit happens. So I'm gonna
See, that's part of the problem. We get rowdy, we're black, so what you expect? No, I don't act like that. I don't drink, but I don't act rowdy. I don't get rowdy. That's not something that should be, oh, we black, what do you expect us to do? I expect us to behave like we're supposed to and follow the rules. What do you mean? Black, white, Asian, Mexican, Puerto Rican, it don't matter. The rules should be followed. Being black should not be an excuse for being rowdy. This is, I'm gonna let you finish though, but it's crazy.
I'll tell you the story based off of what my peers told me, my cousins and people that I met on the boat. I was told that swag surfer went wrong. I bumped into some girls, and the girls, was kind of like fussing at me, and I was, arguing with them or something, and then a nigga came up, and I just hit his ass in the face. Bam! Mind you, my cousins and shit, they from New York, so my cousin grabbed me, and I look at him like, bro, did I just snuff this nigga? And the nigga was like, yes, bro, you're wilding. Niggas dragged me out the club immediately. So niggas have dragged me all the way back to my room. Nigga, I get in the room, I'm bored. I'm like, I'm finna go back outside. Nigga, I didn't even make it into the club. I'm just walking, the security officer said, hey, what's your name? What room you in? I said, why? Got the hauling ass. I was on the 7th floor, so I'm running up the stairs and shit, trying to get to the 7th floor. By the time I get to my room, it is 4 security guards at my door like this. Bro, at this point, I was so drunk, and I'm ashamed of this. Please don't know, I'm not bragging about any of this. I was so fucking drunk. I just said, fuck this shit, take me to jail, do what you gotta do. They put me on a 12-hour lockdown. They took my drink package away without giving me a refund. And took my drinking privileges away. They made my card to where if I tried to swipe for liquor, it was not going through. And this happened on the Thursday, the first night of the cruise. First day. I didn't even get to see Fun Day at Sia. Nigga, I was locked in my room. They let me come back out for captain's dinner. I went to the club the very next night. These niggas that I guess that was in the party of the niggas that I hit, they was only 4 deep. We're 26. So they just mean mugging the whole cruise. So I'm trying to get off the boat on Monday. Mind you, this incident happened Thursday. We got back in Miami Monday. Trying to get off the boat. They're like, hey, you gotta come with us. Miami-Dade police want to talk to you. Miami-Dade, who? Nigga, so I'm on this bitch trip, and I'm like, why would they let me free? Why would they let me out my room? Why would they let me go experience the Bahamas just to fucking lock me up at the end? But me, I ain't shrimp, so I was like, bro, I got bond money. We just gonna goddamn wrap this shit up so I can hurry up and catch this flight. I had 2 fine-ass Miami-Dade police officers come in there and talk to me. They were female officers, fine as shit, both black women, and they ain't want to take me to jail. So they got my side of the story. They was like, oh, he's innocent. Let me go. Moral of the story is, fuck Carnival, because y'all banned me. Y'all banned a lit nigga. Y'all had a splash star aboard. You understand me? Go stream the cruise ship EP, because that shit's slapping. And we on MSC on Royal Caribbean, but I am not going to cap. I am sad because everybody keep telling me Carnival's the best.
Why are you mad at Carnival and not yourself, man? Why? Like, people, you think you can fight in people's establishment? And they gonna say, hey, yeah, I know you caused trouble the last time you were here, but come on, guy, let's sail again. No, that's... I don't know where that voice came from. But no, they're not going to invite you back. What do you expect? Crazy.
I do not remember this conversation happening. Anyways, the letter says, Dear Mrs. Laura, this letter will confirm your discussion with Carnival Cruise Line, Carnival Miracle personnel, where you are informed that you would be disembarked from the vessel and not permitted to sail on board any Carnival Cruise Line vessel in the future. This decision was based on your actions on the current cruise, which were a violation of our ship rules, interfered with our safety and our enjoyment of our guests on the ship, or caused harm to Carnival. Your attempt to book any future cruise will result in a cancellation and possibly a loss of deposited monies. And it proceeds to tell me that I am going to be responsible for all my travel expenses incurred, and an invoice will be sent to my home address for payment. And it says, thank you for your cooperation in this matter. But I didn't violate anything. That's the thing. I on the ship, but I just signed it and I shoved it in my purse and I just read it. Okay, I'm going to go back to the beginning and give you guys a brief rundown of what happened and the sequence of events and a couple vouchers and a letter, okay? First, we are starting January 21st. I board the Carnival Miracle for a 14-day cruise to Hawaii. Before I boarded the Carnival Cruise, I had made a couple TikToks insinuating that I was going to try, and I had snuck on some broccoli. I did insinuate that. So on the 21st, when we are at sea, I get a knock on the door. It's a very brief outline of what happened. Get a knock on the door, security. They want to search my room because they have suspicion that I have broccoli on board. They searched my room, they searched me, my body, and they find nothing because I didn't bring anything on board. My mistake was insinuating that I did. And
you insinuated that you broke a rule, and they said, even though they didn't find anything, they said, you can't come back here no more because you play too much. Basically, that's what they said. That's like going to the airport and playing a joke and saying you have a bomb. Yeah, they're going to search you. They're going to look for a bomb. Even if there's no bomb, do you think they're going to let you board that plane? No. No, you can't say, hey, look, I broke one of your rules. You can't joke like that. You can't joke like that. I know you see it as a little innocent joke, but they don't see it. You can't play around. Okay? Your playing around caused me to bring the police. Basically, the security had to go up to you and waste their time because you play too much. It's just like if you on land and you call 911 for no reason, you play too much. We gotta arrest you now. It's the same concept. You can't play with people. You cannot play with people. Especially with people businesses and everything. Man, because if you do something that causes harm to a guest or whatever, you think that guest gonna sue you? No, that guest is gonna sue the cruise line. So if you playing, you can't come back on the ship. Let's go, man.
I thought everything was fine. They left the room. We continued the cruise, another 5 days at sea. However, on January 23rd, I get a voucher for a free couples massage. Cool. I thought everything was kosher, right? We're going along. Our cruise ends February 4th. February 3rd, I forgot about this. I get this delivered to my room. Okay? It says, issue date, I'm going to cover my name, February 3rd, 2024. Call us sentimental, but we're already excited to see you again, Laura, because you are such a great guest aboard Carnival Miracle. You've earned an unbelievable reward below. We've never been very great at goodbyes, so we'll just go with this. See you again soon. Sincerely, Carnival Cruise. Okay? This is a voucher for a free room. Okay? That was February 3rd.
I'm sorry. That's messed up. I would be so pissed off if you told me I can't come back to your business and then you send me a coupon. It's kind of like you rubbed it in my face a little bit. But oh man, that is so funny and messed up at the same time. Oh, let's go, man.
February 4th, I'm getting off the ship to go home. And as I'm debarking the ship, I get pulled aside as they beat my car. And I get this letter saying that per our conversation with Carnival, I am no longer allowed on board.
Oh, so you got the coupon before you got the ban letter. That's even worse. That's even worse, man.
Wait, so now we're bringing on cruise ships? Why? Why would you bring that on a cruise ship? If you don't know what I'm talking about, the other day a story broke about a couple who brought on a Carnival cruise ship. Now, before you come in my comments talking about, I'm not surprised, Carnival ghetto, they the Walmart of the seas, bringing on a cruise ship don't have nothing to do with being ghetto. That's dumb. Then to go and post it on your social media escalates it to stupid. Now, I don't know where the security broke down at, but they need to check security. They need to do what they need to do with them. But the bigger question is, why would you bring that on a cruise ship? Just why? So now you're banned from cruising, which is good. But why would you bring that? There are kids, elderly people, families. What was the reason? That's all I want to know is, what was the reason? And then to put it on social media, like, in this day and age, Did they not think it would get back? We all got to stop breaking.
Because people forget, like, you're not the only people on the internet. You know, Carnival Cruise got the internet too. You know, you didn't think they was gonna see that? Like I said, I appreciate y'all posting this stuff online. Thank you. Like, keep it coming so we can get the people who want to cause trouble and who want to break the rules and put them where they belong, nowhere near us. Keep posting this stuff online. Okay? If somebody tell you don't post your crime online, tell them shut up. All right? Keep posting your stuff.
Breaking rules. Like, we just have to stop breaking rules. If they say don't do it, just don't do it or don't go. Because it goes beyond that. Like, sneaking alcohol, doing all this other stuff. Like, y'all, I'm a travel agent. I have had people ask me, they're going to an all-inclusive and they'll say something like, well, can my cousin just stay in the room with us? Like, no, because she doesn't have a bracelet. How's she going to eat? Like, if she can't go, she can't go. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out why. Why would you bring that on a cruise ship? For what was your purpose? What did you plan on doing?
I bet.
Yeah. Just follow the rules. That's it. Follow the rules. Because that little one thing banned you from cruising. People get just getting on my nerves sometimes. I just don't understand.
As you can tell, y'all, I'm in the middle of doing a face mask, but let's talk about what we have to talk about. I would not be upset if other cruise lines did ban them as well, too, especially, obviously, Carnival sister lines.
If other cruise lines get wind of this, she may be banned from them as well. There has been, what? I can't read. There has been instances where this has happened. I think they talking about the same thing, the girl in the last clip. I think they talking about the same incident.
Obviously, like Princess, it would make perfect sense to me. This is not like sneaking on liquor or other types of contraband. This is you sneaking on a weapon. This is not like, oh my gosh, I forgot my little, pocket knife in my purse on my way to the cruise ship. This is someone or two people who deliberately tried to sneak in a firearm, got away with it, and then went and broadcasted it on the internet. And in my opinion, I'm trying to think, what reasons could they have come up with to try to justify bringing this on the cruise ship? Now, there's some people saying, why? Like, what reason do you need to bring a gun on a cruise ship? There is no reason. There is no reason. The same way you don't need a gun at Disney World. If Mickey Mouse doesn't have a Glock, why do you? Make it make sense. And part of me wants to think that maybe they did this as some type of social experiment to showcase that you can get away with these things and, or maybe to find like little gaps in security. But nonetheless, like, this was just a very poor choice. And I'm really trying to wrap my brain around how someone could even begin to think that this was something smart to do and then to broadcast it on the internet. The other day when I was talking to some of my fellow cruise content creators, Mandy had said, people nowadays don't like to be told no. They don't like to be told what to do by any means. And I kind of feel like this falls in this category because it's like people just want to do what they want to do, sometimes for such delirious reasons that I don't think they realize what they did was horrible until after the fact. And there's people saying, oh, there's drunk people. Why would you bring a gun on the ship with these drunk people? There's also children too. There's just 1,000 reasons. You know what? We don't even got to get into it. Why would you do that? If I was Royal Caribbean, if I was NCL, if I was Virgin Voyages, I would be looking at them like, yeah, I don't know about y'all coming on our ship because we heard of what y'all did with Carnival.
Man, these companies, these cruise lines, whatever, whoever, businesses, wherever, they have rules. And most of these rules were made for a reason. Because something happened and they like, oh, can't have that no more. We need a rule for that. Most of these rules were created after some crazy mess happened. And they had to have the rules. So the rules are there for a reason. Follow the rules or don't come. Just like when you invite people over to your place, you expect them to follow your rules. Same thing. When you go to these people cruise ships, you are expected to follow their rules or you don't go. Simple as that. Simple as that. You see the list of rules. They gave you the rules. If you don't agree with them, don't purchase the ticket. I don't know what else to tell you. I really don't, man. I like the video, I guess. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section about everything we heard in this video. Subscribe to the channel. I don't know why I need to tell you that. You did it 5 minutes ago. But, I just want to remind you. All right? I'll see y'all in the next one.